Well, welcome to the Top Gun Show. I'd like to introduce Jean-Pierre Perreault to the show. Jean-Pierre is an author, teacher, and speaker at the Human Body Academy. He wrote the book, Pain is a Language. He says we go to school to get our degrees, but we never learn anything about the most important topic in the world, ourselves. Jean-Pierre believes that each individual should be instructed on how to maintain pain-free and that premature aging can be prevented. I want to know about that. I've got to start with your book, Jean-Pierre. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Steve, for inviting me to your Top Gun show. I appreciate very much your invitation.
I'm really glad you're on it. Let's start with your book. What's the core message of your book, The Pain is a Language?
Very, very simple. The problem with pain, we think pain is the enemy. And the title of my book, Pain is the Language, just shows that hey, pain is not the enemy. Pain is rather a simple message, a mean of communication from our body to ourselves to let us know we need to do something for what is going on. Just like thirst, if I'm thirsty, how do I know that I'm thirsty? I feel it in my body. That's a physiological message that my body send me for me to know what to do about it. And if I'm hungry, that's different signal. If I'm tired, that's a different signal. If I'm horny, it's different signal. All of those physical and logical signals I get is the dashboard of my human vehicle. It's just the light turning on that let me know I must do something to respond to a specific need. That's that simple. And if people doubt about the thirst analogy, I say, okay, what if you don't respond to thirst in the next hour or 2 hours? The sensation will get higher pitch. And after a day or two of not drinking, not hydrating, because that's the main thing that my body tells me, we need to hydrate. So if after 3 days, I might get worse sensations than just the thirst. And the same with, if I go for 2 weeks without drinking, I can die of it. So if people think the relation between pain and thirst doesn't match, to me, and it's the same with hypothermia. If I feel cold and if I don't put a layer on, after many days, I could lose a hand, I could lose a foot, and I could die of it. So this is the same thing. It's just a physiological signal, physical and logical, that I must try to learn to listen to and respond to.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, that's really, it's so basic, but it's so true. And we try to mask it, by taking a bunch of Advil or whatever. And it's really like putting a muzzle over the mouth of the communicator of our body. That's really, really great stuff.
I like to show that if you hold your arm like this, to the front of you, like in my book, I do the banana test, That's why people see an arm holding a banana on the cover of the book. So if you hold the banana like that for 10 minutes, it's going to hurt, It tells you, hey, bring the arm down. So if my shoulders could speak out words to me, that would be the message. And if I repeat that over and over, instead of a few minutes up and a minute down, a few minutes up and a minute down, I'm going to develop my own chronic pain pretty soon, in a few weeks, maybe a few months, and then I will wonder, what's going on.
That's great. And I've read some of your work. It's incredible. And the next topic I want to talk about, or have you talk about actually, is something I want to know, and I think every viewer wants to know, is how premature aging can be prevented.
I always go through basic stuff. It seems like my brain can take the complexity of things that that I think we always complexify all the time. So, like aging, if I put my finger in a cast for 5 weeks just for the fun of it to see how it's going to look like when I'm going to take the cast off the finger, I know it's going to look like stiff, unable to move, and loss of strength and everything. So loss of function. So what if I don't put it in a cast and I use it only 50, 60, 70% of its capacity of movement and strength? What's going to happen? I'm going to lose what I don't use. See? The question is, how many places like that in your body? And that, do you think it makes you feel younger or older to have lost all of those, parts of muscular tissues? It makes us shrink, and when we age, and it makes like us ache because someone gets to pay the price. Someone has to pay the price for that loss of length. Is it the joints, the ligaments, the tendons, some other muscles, doing the opposite movement of the muscles we've lost the length of? That's that simple. And then I use the fist test too. I see people, hey, come on, I say to people, close your fist like that in front of your face, and then open it up. You'll see it's going to be whitish inside. And then it's going to turn reddish. Why? Because when you do that, you squish, you crush the blood vessels. So you stop the natural recovery process and regeneration process of the body, which is blood flow. So, and all of that is biomechanics, If blood is flowing, it's feeding each cell of your body all the time, over and over, and bring back the waste to the organs, to the heart and the lungs, then that's the capacity of regeneration, How many places like that are tight like that? Stiffness, tightness, tensions. We don't know how to take care of the muscular system. And that's what I mean by muscular hygiene. And, when I walk on the street, I see people, I don't know them, and I know exactly what they need from me, advice or treatment, because I see them limping, I see them hunching their back, I see them, moving, in awkward ways. And it would be so easy to say, hey, you need this, you need that, you need that. Stretch this, pressure point that, massage that, exercise to create more blood flow. And then stretch afterwards, because exercising alone, doing yoga alone, does not do muscular hygiene, because muscular hygiene means responding to the needs of your muscles.
Great stuff, man. I love it. It's simple and it's complex and easy to follow. Well, Jean-Pierre, I want to thank you for being on the show today. Wow, that's fascinating. I hope your book sells out, because people need this message. So thanks again for being on the show. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks to you.
Thanks for watching, everybody.